What can I help you find today?
I want a DeWalt battery-operated framing nail gun.
Got it. Looking for a cordless that's corded, or something else?
Yeah, that'll work.
Looking for a cordless that's corded, or something else?
Are you...
I'm not a human, but I still expect basic human courtesy.
Another question is, can you shoot people with them? Oh yeah. Ho ho ho, look at that. Hell yeah. Where else would I rather be on a Saturday night? Nowhere. In the workshop with you, talking about tools. Lots of tools. I'm going to start off by directing you to Instagram. Yes, Instagram. What Instagram does for this YouTube channel and subscribers is to give them behind the scenes look at what I'm like current day projects. It's just raw, uncut, unscripted. Of course this isn't scripted. It is just what I'm doing that day. I don't post memes. I don't post other people's crap. I only post my work and what I'm working on. This one here. Everybody from Instagram kind of got a glimpse of what this electric fireplace project is about. But today is all about nail guns. Air power versus battery power. These are actually about the same weight. That's interesting. One of the major complaints is that electric weighs more than air. Nail guns. So we're going to start off with these two since I got them in my hand. Framing nailers. We got a rigid. I went out and bought this right after my Hitachi was stolen. I bought this on the soffit and fascia job. If you remember that one. You'll see me start out with a green Hitachi and end with an orange rigid. The reason I'm doing this video, it's a commonly asked question on both YouTube and Instagram. Which nail guns do you recommend? I just bought a fixer-upper house and I'm going to need some nail guns. What do you recommend? There are also some people who are just getting into the handyman business or small remodeling. I'm just going to give you kind of a close-up of my collection. There's 13 of them. Do I have a problem with nail gun collection? No, I don't. This is kind of an evolution of my growth. We started with Porter cables and that pancake compressor in 2005. And here we are today with all battery operated XR top of the line battery powered nail guns. Then you got this old guy here. This is an old vintage Craftsman. We got the Bostitch. No one really knows how to pronounce that. Modern day times, DeWalt and Bostitch are about the same, but both are owned by Black & Decker. What do you think of that? Did you guys know Black & Decker owns half the world of tools? We're going to start off with a new homeowner. That's the majority, that's 90% of the subscribers are homeowners. Homeowners that want to do it themselves. I'm one of those homeowners. I would never, over my dead body, except for trimming trees, would I hire someone to come work on my house. Just the way it is. My wife won't let me climb up the trees. Price point and frequency of use plays a major role in which nail guns I would recommend. For that, we gotta go with air. These three are what you're gonna need the most. We've got a crown stapler. Keep in mind, these are all 2005 and still work as good as the day that I bought them. 13 years? Yeah, these are 13 years old and still work just as good as the day as I bought them. First one, 16 gauge nailer, goes up to 2.5 inches. Perfect for any trim job, installing doors. I've installed hundreds of doors with the 16 gauge. Now, what's better than 16 gauge would be your 15 gauge for installing pre-hung doors, but I'm telling you 16 gauge works just as good. You can nail anything with these things. Every man needs an air compressor. Every man needs some nail guns. So if you don't have any of these, get yourself one of these And all 3 of these, 4, including the compressor, are almost free. It's so cheap. You can buy this whole package for under $200. Maybe not the stapler, but these 3 items always go on sale at the Home Depot. I got my output pressure at just over 100 psi. As a homeowner, oak, solid oak, is probably the hardest wood probably the hardest wood you're going to put in your house. And you're going to be nailing it as baseboard or some sort of trim that's going through drywall and then into some sort of wood stud or pine. So I'm going to turn this sucker up to its maximum shooting depth. Piece of cake. Blows right through this thick oak. I don't know what is that, 3/4? Easily blows through the oak into the pine. So how does that compare to its closest counterpart in battery? This is a 15 gauge battery operated 4 amp hour. Hold on. Take the unlock off. Almost as fast, just a hair of a slight delay. As I'm looking at this, the battery one went in a little bit deeper. 15 gauge right there. That's the tip of my thumb. That's the 15 gauge right there. Pretty impressive. I tried to ask Google how much this dang thing cost, but I couldn't figure out its from its elbow. I think it was $300. Could have been $400. But at the Home Depot. Now, since every man needs an air compressor, the cost of this nail gun, I want to say, is like $75. If you already have an air compressor, this thing is so cheap compared at least 1/3 the cost of this. This is 16, this is 15 gauge. This is slightly better, slightly beefier, but you can do all your trim work with the 16 gauge. Next one up, this is your 18 gauge. Makes teeny tiny nail holes. Very affordable if you already own a air compressor, and comes with the package deal when you buy it. And no, I'm not sponsored by Porter Cable or Home Depot, but I gotta have goals. So this is oak. I'm gonna, where the heck is it? I haven't used these in a while. Maximum depth, oak into pine. Blows right into it, no problems at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. Piece of cake. Into the oak, into the pine. That's what you're going to find in your house. 16 gauge. Keep in mind, that noise is normal. It did freak me out when I first got these. I'm like, what the heck is that noise? So these new ones, they got some lights. They're okay in the direction that they point. No difference in the penetration. They all look the same. Oak into pine. Next up is the stapler. 1/4 inch crown stapler. Max depth is 1 inch. And we're an 18 gauge. That's pretty quick. There you go. What do we got? 3, 6, 9 shots. And no time at all. Countersunk in there. No problem going through solid oak. But when we're talking 18 gauge staplers, this thing is light as a feather. This is a brick. We went through 6 different nail guns that take care of all your trim work. Framing nailers. What do I think of those? Well, there's a reason I own this one. But it has to do with the type of work that I do. 21 degree, pretty standard. Get an idea of what nails go in there. We're rarely ever going to frame anything other than a 2x4. So what I'm going to do, shoot a 2x4 into oak into Doug fir. A little bit of bounce. If you saw this jump, maybe I did it in slow-mo, I don't know. But that is just flush right there. So same spot, same springiness of the table here. Here is the cordless. And we are, says it's full charge. Keep in mind, this one here was powered out of an air compressor pneumatic framing nailer at its deepest setting, 100 psi. This one right here, the DeWalt battery operated on a full battery. The actual battery operated one is just the tiniest bit more sunk in. This one could have hit one of those finish nails, who knows, but almost no difference. Now this tool here, the Bosch, the main difference between this 18 gauge gun and this one, this does a maximum of a 1 1/4 inches. This will do up to 2 inches 18 gauge. Maybe that's why I've had so much problems with it, is because that's a thin nail traveling a long distance. No, it worked. There's nails all in there. I'm going to shoot a few right straight into the oak and see if that does anything different. Nope. Piece of cake for the Bosch. These ones down here into oak, into some sort of Doug fir. Piece of cake. It's my roofing nailer. Yes, many moons ago, I started roofing. And it's been many moons since I've done roofing. And the stories that this gun could tell. What do you think of that? Rapid fire! Yeah. That never gets old. So this Hitachi, I'll give you a model number on this. If you find a used one of these, get it. This thing, I mean, has shot thousands would be an understatement. Tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of roofing nails. It's set up for rapid fire. There you go, there's your roof. I'm going to set this one aside and show you the worst nail gun. The boat anchor. The most useless thing in the world. This was my first airless, battery powered. They come with these propane or butane. They cause you a whole bunch of problems. They were cutting edge technology when they first came out, but I've taken it in for service and they say, sorry, nothing we can do. This is a 15 gauge angled brad nailer, bypass load, super antique battery technology. Hey! Come on, baby, work! I don't know. Last, but definitely not least, is my palm nailer. This thing has driven thousands and thousands and tens of thousands. Well, Jesus, that didn't go well. It's not meant for these long nails. I couldn't find in my galvanized. What I use this for is installing joist hangers for decks. Very limited access. So, what do you need? About 8 inches to hammer a nail. Get it too long of a nail, it gets all squirrely on you. Palm nailer. It does better with the proper nails. I'm just out of the galvanized nails. Alrighty, here we go. Not sure if that was rolling or not, cause I need a new GoPro. I shot it. There you go, guys. We're gonna sum this up real quick. If you're a homeowner, you're gonna use a nail gun on occasion, go with a package buy. Pancake compressor, couple of these, couple $100. If you're in the business, this is a couple $100. That's $300. That's $300. That's $300. That's $300. At least Some, when you get the big batteries, they cost more. There's like $1,200 in whatchamacallits there, nail guns there. Stay away from Paslow. There's the dying breed battery and some combustible gas. These things here are indestructible. These are 13 years old, still work just as good as when I bought them.